there was like an idea, right? There was like an idea. First off, before all that, let me just say this. I think all of us is here. All of us has been through some type of pain, some type of bullshit, some type of some type of experience where, like, to be honest, we didn't know. Ultimately, all of us didn't know that we was gonna make it this far. With the traumas and the experiences and the blah blah and the da da and all that shit. We didn't think we would make it this far. That, like, that's just the realness of it. Now, like, however that may look for you, fine, right? But at the end of the day, something brought us to these type of realizations. Whatever it was, whatever it was, God, the universe, the force, whatever. Either way it goes, there was something that we can't explain that brought us into this point where we are now. Hold on, my cat. Hold on one second. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I was talking about how, like, in order for us to get to this point where me and you are even having this fucking conversation, we had to go through some depths of pain. Like, that's just the way it is. When we get to this point of self-realization, all these things, the awareness and knowing our abundance, knowing these things, and like, we came from something. We came from something. And like, this is just, at least for me, it can sometimes get to a point where like, you read all the books, you watched all the videos, you did all the things. I'm not saying all of it, but like, you pretty much made spirituality, or whatever's going on, self-awareness, the whole thing that we learned up until this point, you can make it your identity, right? You can just keep keep disillusioning yourself. Oh man, like, nothing's real, and da da da, and yeah, everything's an illusion, and yeah, yeah, okay, cool, but you still have to live here. You still have to be here. You still have to operate in this motherfucker. You still have to run the show. You still have to do your thing. You still have to be authentic. You still have to meet people. You still have to fucking have these fucking interactions. You have to do this. You have to do that. And also, at the same time, you also have to incorporate a lot of things that you learned in your own life. You're going to be here regardless of the fact. Regardless of the fact. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where anybody else is going. Yeah, yeah, like, we might have an attachment to things. Might have an attachment to things, stories about things, and all that shit. And I'm not gonna say shit. Like, I don't want to make it seem like it's bad. Don't treat this conversation as a good or bad thing. If anything, take whatever I'm saying with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, I'm still learning. Because I'm still fucking here. Because I'm still here by the grace of God. So I'm still learning. As long as I'm here, I'm not going to be perfect. Just like you. As long as you're here, as long as you're in that body, as long as you're not going to be perfect. And you have to accept that. You have to accept that within your heart. There's a lot of things that you have to accept that makes it hard. Yes. Yes, and once you accept it, once you know it, it's not like you can just, okay, yeah, we have a lot of unlearning to do. You can unlearn some shit, yeah. And that's probably something that we have to do. Is unlearn a lot of shit. Yeah, we can keep on feeding ourselves these information. We can keep reading the books and blah blah blah. But as long as you're identified with the mind, as long as you're hanging on to the mind, what the mind says and everything else, wherever you read, wherever you fucking learn and all that blah blah blah, it's not gonna fucking matter. Hell, if anything, it'll probably make it worse. If anything. And it brings me back to my point where, a lot of this, a lot of times when we watching these videos, this one included, and like when we watching these videos and when we're distracting ourselves, let's just keep it funky. When we're distracting ourselves, when we're, and I'm not saying distracting yourself is bad. Like I said, this is not a good or bad conversation. There's a time and a place. Keep things at a moderation at the end of the day. Hell, if you want to go cold turkey, if that's your rules, then shit, so be it. But you gotta fucking understand that these are your rules. You choose how to operate this whole fucking thing. This is a do-it-yourself project. This is not the dude with the 1 million followers on Instagram. This is not the dude. This is not the girl that we all see and look at OnlyFans or whatever the case may be. This is not none of that shit. This is your do-it-yourself project. This is your whole thing. That's it. Whatever story that you tell yourself, whatever you identify with, that's on you. That is really on you. It really is. Ultimately, we can sit here and learn how bad all these things are. Like corn, fucking, drugs and blah 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 and this and that, like violence is not cool and this and that. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. None of these things is cool. But at the same time, I can't tell you to fucking to stop doing what you're doing and everything else. The only thing I know is that maybe I don't know, but at the end of the day, you have your own God to answer to. You have your own power to listen to. And wherever that takes you, there's a consequence. There's a consequence to every fucking thing. Even to the smallest level. Even to the smallest level. If you're on that whole semen retention journey shit and everything else, let me tell you something. When you're on semen retention and everything else, right? And maybe not for everybody, maybe I'm just talking shit. But whenever you shoot your shot at a woman or you talk to a woman and everything else, you're being flirtatious or whatever, there's an energy drainage there and you feel it just based off the simple fact that you entertained the idea and everything else. And I'm not saying that happens to everybody, but it sometimes happens because I went to the gym and blah 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 and everything else. We on the semen retention journey, da da da, We on something, 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 something days, you know? You know, like, you know, like there was a, there was a beautiful woman, man. You know what I mean? There was a beautiful chocolate caramel fine genuine. No, but seriously. No, but seriously though. Seriously though. Let me drive the point home. Let me drive the point home before I like let you guys go, right? Um, listen, like the point I'm trying to get at is that like ultimately we have to enjoy our lives. You know, like ultimately we can't fucking. I mean, maybe we could, but at the same time, we still have to enjoy our lives. A lot of times, it can't just be about, you know, the videos, and you know, like it can't just be about manifesting shit. It can't just be all about, you know, like these things and these things and these things and trying to prevent shit and everything else. You have to really just be, like really just be. And when you're just being, when you're present, you know, you're observing the mind. You're not identifying with it. You're not trying to change it in any other fucking way. You know, there's nothing to change. There ain't shit to change. Not a damn thing. You know, everything is perfect as it is. Because you know God's perfect. So a lot of times it really is all about appreciating what is. Appreciating the experiences that you have. Because if it wasn't for those experiences, you wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for those experiences, you wouldn't be the person that you are. And that's ultimately the truth. The life that you had gave you the life that you have. Finding ways to be grateful for your life, even though that there's present moments where we do not fucking know. We don't know, but we still go. That's faith. That's faith. Is when you choose to fucking keep on going. You choose to fucking keep on going. Despite you, because like you don't know. Everything's quiet. You know, everything's still and all. It's supposed to be that way. But like I said, you know, the life that we had, you know, like we was all up in the chaos, man. You know what I'm saying? We was living young, wild, and free. What? Well, all right, maybe not free, but still. There's a reason, you know, like there's a reason why all of us is here, man. Yeah, we might not feel it at times. We might have to fucking, we might feel like drinking a little bit. We might feel like smoking some weed. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that on here, but you know, like these things, right? Right? You know, something like these things. Um, ultimately, ultimately, this is your life. Ain't nobody, ain't no influencer, ain't no none of that's gonna tell you how the fuck to live your life. But at the same time, You have to fucking pay the consequences of how you live your life. Cause it's always gonna be you. You're the only one that wins and loses here. Ain't nothing else. Ain't nothing else. And But even then, even saying now, oh man, there's nothing else. Oh man, everything's just an illusion. Da, 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 da. Like, how the fuck does that help you live your life? I mean, like, yeah, it does help. But at the same time, the whole point of it is to enjoy your life. And if you're still stuck in the mind, if you're still hanging on to it, if you're still fucking taking whatever the fuck it says seriously, instead of just looking at it like, you know what? No, that's a story. Let it go past. Oh, okay. All right, it's doing that. All right, let it go past. Okay, I feel this way. Okay, da 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 da. Let it go past. And fuck the reflections. Fuck the reflections. Fuck the reflections. There was a beautiful woman. There was a beautiful woman that once said. There was a beautiful woman that I met, right? That once said, that said, don't change the mirror. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like, don't change the mirror, change the face type shit. And what that means is, or at least what it means to me, we we always try to change everything. At least in my case, always wanted things outside of me to be a certain way. I wanted shit like I needed to control this and control that, control how this person thinks of me, and if they don't think of me that way, that either have to fucking like buy my way or fucking have these confrontations, right? And da 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 and all these things. But a lot of times I'm fucking, like not I am, right? I'm not the I am now. But at that time, just fucking, wanting to change the mirror, wanting to change the mirror so bad instead of change myself, change my face. And I know I can't physically like change my face, right? But it's just the analogy that if you don't like what's going on around you and everything else, 9 times out of 10, you're being a certain way. 9 times out of 10, you're being a certain way. And obviously, like we all know that. We all know that by now and everything else, but really integrating those things. Because it's all about integration at this point. It really, 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 really is. It really is all about integration at this point. It really is. And you have to choose how the fuck you gotta integrate this shit. From where you're standing right now, you're infinite. That's it. From where you're standing right now, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. There's nothing fucking else but where you're standing right now. Where you're at right now, this present moment right now. This is the only fucking thing that matters. That's it. Is what you choose to do right now. You may have flashbacks. May have, like the memories pop up. Oh, they did this. Believe me, because I'm going through that shit every fucking day. Not the I am, because I am infinite. I am unlimited. I am strong. I am capable, like these affirmations. Not the I am, but I can feel these things, right? You don't have to fucking, because and this, so you don't have to fucking you don't have to watch the things and everything else. I mean, yeah, it gets cool to fucking watch, but if you have to fucking run a whole marathon, like seriously, no. In your movie, right? In your movie, if the audience in your movie have to watch another motherfucking marathon of these fucking YouTube videos. Yo, when are we gonna see the main character here? Hey, yeah. Yo, I'm tired of seeing the YouTube videos, man. I wanna see you. I wanna see you. What do you got? What do you got? Oh man. Oh man, we just got into a cool scene. Now, ever since that scene, this main character has been watching YouTube videos. Like it's just a time lamp. It's just a time lamp. A time lapse. Yeah, time lapse. Like that fucking SpongeBob shit and everything. 5 years later, oh man, the main character's levitating. No man, oh shit, oh god, the one, oh man, the one. Uh-oh. What is this like? What is this like the 6 million YouTube video he's watching? Oh shit. Oh shit, what's he gonna do now? Is he gonna talk to that girl? Ooh. Is he gonna go to work today? Ooh. You guys think I'm joking, but seriously, man, like the every day you get to make choice. And a lot of us is just hanging on to routines until that shit becomes whatever. Like all of us is just sticking on to routines. And it's like, you're so busy wanting to manifest something that you think is gonna make you feel better than how you feel now. No. If anything, it's probably gonna make you feel worse because you feel the shit didn't work. Maybe you have to go. Maybe you have to do it again. Maybe you have to do it. But that's the whole point of life. Is doing the dumb shit and knowing that okay, this shit is not gonna work. In life, that's what it is. You have to do the dumb shit. You gotta do some 3D shit. Well, just because wait. Just because just because you're self-aware now, that means that you're not going to feel like going to the club no more. Oh, okay, wait. Just because you're self-aware now. Just because you're self-aware doesn't mean that you're not going to have your lazy days and all that other stuff. Hey, listen, bro, man. The self-awareness thing and everything else, there'll probably be that 1 second where you probably feel batshit crazy, like, oh shit, like damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I really tripping? Like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got this far with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, because like seriously, like, you know, because like that's life. You're not supposed to fucking feel good all the time. What, just because you're self aware, you just thought you just go automatically feel good and feel bliss and fucking no. No, 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 no. Kiss my ass. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You think self-awareness just brings high vibrations all the fucking time. You're kidding yourself. But at the same time, when you finally understand, when you understand the truth about life, right? Not only about life, but about yourself. When you build that relationship with yourself and with God, every single fucking piece was worth it. All the quiet nights, all the times where we may felt doubtful, all the times where, you know, we woke up in the middle of the night, all the times where we woke up early, all the times we took them fucking walks, all them times we was in the woods, all them times that we was in them beaches, sitting in the sun gazing and all that other crap. All them times where we was creative, all them times where we finally mastered ourselves, even for a moment, you know, it doesn't matter how long. Even if you mastered yourself for 5 fucking days, even if you mastered yourself for 2 days, at the end of the day, it was all worth it. Because it was at that moment you chose to win. It was at that moment you chose to live at something higher. You chose to lead with love. You chose to lead with peace. That's what you chose. And you gonna always feel good every time you choose that. There ain't nothing else. It ain't you know, like ain't nothing else but love here. Ain't nothing else but loving God here. But at the end of the day, you have to experience that. Your brain can't know what God is. We can probably make up stories and yeah, da 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 da. We hear these things and da 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 da. Yeah, sure, cool, bet, blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck. If we're not experiencing what God has given us, like truly fucking experiencing it, like truly being here, like truly interacting with everybody just like they're us. Because that's the truth. If we treat everybody with the same love, with the same compassion, with the same understanding as if we treat ourselves, I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect. But bro, what the fuck else are we going to fucking do? What are we going to do? I love you guys, man. Peace.